you just start off by introducing yourself? And then
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Mike Donais. I'm the lead game designer for Hearthstone. So I was the first designer that was hired onto the initial team during Alpha. Before that, they had the game director and Ben Brode, Eric Dodds and Ben Brode. And since then, I've been helping with the balance of the game, and then eventually we hired enough other designers to do that, that I now help with all the different aspects of the game. We have about just over 20 designers working on the team now.
So let's just go straight to it. How did you decide to put more of a focus on the single-player part of the game?
So we put out Kobolds and Catacombs. It was a huge hit. People loved it. They're like, wow, I would like some more of this. And it's stuff not just that we wanted to do, but also the audience was asking for.
Mm-hmm.
They asked for ways to track their progression. They asked for unlocks and rewards, and they asked for more customization options, and we added all of that stuff all at one go. So I'm pretty excited and proud of it.
Do you think these new features in the single-player mode can help the new players to understand Hearthstone faster?
Yeah, a lot of people have said they like the single player so much that we should just start with that as part of the tutorial or something like that. I'm not sure if that's going to be better or not, but we're going to make it available so that you can go right into single player if you want to after you complete our tutorial. And then people can decide for themselves if they like it better or not. We also redid some of our single player, like new player experience. So now you start at rank 50, and then you have 25 ranks of just playing against other new players, and it's helped a lot. People are having better experience and sticking around longer because of that. We don't rotate Classic out is because we want Classic to always be there for returning players, and I think the deck builder will help that. For new players, we added the new 50 rank system, which has helped them a lot, and I think this deck builder helps both new players and returning players a lot.
I have a question about the history of the lore of Hearthstone. Today, you said that this will be like a full history around the year. So, if we have the first chapter
Right.
where we have the villains, the next one, the art shows like shiny stuff like paladins. There will be the answer from the good ones, and the
Right, that's a good question. So there's a trilogy this year, right?
Yeah.
So all three expansions will be linked. At the same time, all three expansions will still have a clear focus, something that's unique and great about them. The first expansion, there's the 5 evil classes, and the Defenders of Dalaran make up the other 4 classes, like Paladin and Mage.
the tiered art from the third expansion.
Yeah.
They were like classic art, so maybe it will be the end of this story.
Is that your guess? Is that your official guess at what the third art is?
I'm not sure.
There's lots going on with those arts, and I think that they give out just the right amount of information that people will keep guessing.
So a lot of people enjoy Hearthstone a lot more than Warcraft or other IPs from Blizzard because of the humor that they have inherently in every card. Like, do you guys have a lot of fun designing those cards, those characters, those pieces of art?
Yes, absolutely. The team really has a good sense of humor. There's a lot of people joking around all the time, and I think the fact that Hearthstone takes itself not too seriously helps set the team morale to not take themselves too seriously as well. We have great writers and creative thinkers, and I think it's inspiring to work on something like Hearthstone.
And is that why you guys decided to do an evil campaign, so to speak? Like, you know, you're the bad guys, you're doing the heist and everything.
Yeah, it's like the evil League of Evil,
Right.
the great Dalaran heist, and it's these guys who are kind of powerful, but also kind of klutzes, or like always make critical mistakes, blow something up when they're not meaning to, stuff like that. So I think it's a great way. They have these capes that they put on for this expansion. We drew capes on all of them, so they think they're supervillains now.
Normally, what's the process of creating like a new card or a new hero? You think we need like we have this lore, we need this character, or it's more like a game design wise, we need this kind of abilities and we need to create a character to represent that ability.
For the supervillains, these evil League of Evil guys, we knew who they were first.
Okay.
and for them we designed to what we thought would fit them, and maybe fit their previous expansions themes a little bit too. And they're all different, but they're all kind of crazy. We do some cards the other way around, where we want a card that interacts with combo decks, and we design that, and then we see what it fits in the City of Dalaran or, in the Evil League.
From now on, the expansions will be like this trilogy, year plus year. This is the Years of Dragon.
Yeah.
The next year is, but from now on, the expansions will be like.
I wouldn't say from now on. I would say Year of the Dragon is a
Okay.
trilogy. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think even when you do a trilogy, an important thing is each expansion is still cool and unique. You can't just do the same expansion 3 times.
Connecting that, why, if we have so many billions on Hearthstone, why to choose Rafam as the leader? Why he?
He's a mastermind. He's got a lot of big plans. He's always messing around, behind the scenes. He's not as much of a comical character. He's not doing things wrong quite as often, right? Like Dr. Boom, you put him in charge of something, he's just gonna blow it up. We've seen that before.
And thank you for mentioning Dr. Boom. Gnomes versus Goblins, then his own expansion, and now he comes back.
Yeah.
Isn't that like using him a lot, or?
Well, it's the idea of we're building up his character as someone you know and love, right? Like people really like Elise or Ragnaros, and we've done those characters a few times, and people have reacted positively to that. In fact, the most important thing to me is people are excited about logging into play because the game is fun. We did a change in December where people were asking us for card changes, and normally we don't do those in the first month after an expansion comes out, but we want people to have fun playing, so we made the changes because that's the goal, right? And everybody loved it. So we're going to do what we need to do to make the game fun so that people log in. It's the same reason I log in and play Hearthstone, is because I'm excited to play. And I think people are going to be excited about PvE. The other feedback we got was, a month after the expansion comes out, give me something to show off, give me something to stream or something to play. And that's why single player content, the new Great Dalaran Heist, comes out a month later. And in fact, Chapter 1 and 2 come out that day. Chapter 3 comes out a week later, Chapter 4 is a week later, and Chapter 5 is a week after that. So you've got almost 2 months of exciting stuff happening. And then the arena changes happen 2 months after with the fresh new arena format. So we're doing a bunch of different things to give people reasons to log in. But we have some really good creative people on the team, and we kind of work together to do it. Sometimes it's from Ben Thompson, our creative director. We have a guy named Dave Kosak. He's our lead mission guy. He's also just a really funny guy and a good writer. He has some background in acting and writing, and he tries to make use of that by keeping us all entertained. And we have even the design team, the initial design team, they spend a lot of time thinking of what are people excited about, what they might be excited about. They brainstorm lots of crazy ideas, and we just talk to a lot of people. Which ones are you guys excited about? They were excited about Dr. Boom, so we made Dr. Boom. And the idea of getting 5 bad guys together, putting them all in capes, and calling them supervillains or the Evil League of Evil. It's not too serious, and it's characters you know and love. I think people got attached to these characters over time.
Do you have a favorite one, the ones you identify maybe? Sorry.
No, I'm thinking they're all amusing to me in different ways. I really like the fantasy of kobolds and catacombs. I like the dungeon delve, the treasure, the dragons. I was asked by Peter Whalen, our lead initial designer, Mike, if you could make your expansion about anything you want, what would it be? I was like, dragons, treasure, dungeons. He's like, okay, we're going to do that. That sounds awesome. Why haven't we done that yet? So that's how we came up with kobolds and catacombs as a starting point. Obviously, there's a lot more work to do after that. But I think because of that, Tog Weigel has a special place in my heart. I used to play a lot of games like Dungeons and Dragons, and I even worked on Dungeons and Dragons for a few years. I have an awesome new idea.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you guys for the first time because every time I mention it at work, they just laugh at me. A Murloc beach party.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe with like some guy, maybe Reno Jackson's on the barbecue. Maybe he's got some of the Murlocs on the barbecue.
Right, right. Maybe some murky.
That might be too dark.
It makes sense. That totally works.
Yeah.
But, you know, just for fun, you know, something I would like to be at in real life. I throw out lots of ideas. Like I said, it takes 100 good ideas to make one legendary card.
Yeah.
It also, it's like 100 ideas to make one good expansion.
Just look at him.
Okay.